G'day, Kevin Hillier and Steve Tom with a preview of round 10 of the Western Region footy season. We're into the back half of the season now, Tomsy. Yes, let's give them the business end. Windham Vale Suns and Auburn Vale in Division 3, 1 versus 2, going to be a cracker.
Wyndham Suns, I think, will cause Auburn Vale's first defeat of the season next week. I really do. I think Auburn Vale, they will finish on top of the ladder, but this is a big crunch game for them. This time of the year, just to keep that the hunger up, knowing that they're going to definitely play finals, knowing they're definitely going to finish in the top 2, I think Wyndham Suns will take it up to them and might just get over the line.
Bit of pride on the line between Tarneet and Braybrook, who sit down the bottom of the ladder.
There is. I think Tarneet will get their third win. They've had 2 wins and a draw. Get their third win because Braybrook are really going through a really tough time at the moment.
Laverton take on Sanctuary Lakes, and they'd be buoyed by their performance last weekend's Parkside.
They'll give themselves half a chance here, Laverton. Great to hear Christian Spence, their coach after the game last week, just mentioned, they start believing in themselves now that these are games that they can win. I don't think they're going to beat Sanctuary Lakes, but if they go close again, they've got Braybrook the week after that. This is all positive now for the Laverton Football Club from now on in.
Absolutely. And the final game in Division 3 is Parkside taking on North Sunshine.
Yeah, Parkside should have a comfortable win there, and they're still aiming to try and get a top 2 spot. Parkside, I don't know if they can, but they need a big percentage booster next week against North Sunshine.
Division 2, and the most tantalising game in Division 2 is no doubt the Battle of the Footscrays. North Footscray, West Footscray.
Yeah, fantastic game again. 2 sides that will play finals this year. Look, West Footscray, the big 40-odd goals last week, their confidence should be sky high. North Footscray, a great test for them. They were dismal a few weeks ago against WRFL Seton Eagles. Good win last week. They need Kane Williams up forward. He makes a big difference to me. He's another goal kicker for him. And Big Bock, the big fella. Once again, that strength around the ground, and that too makes a huge difference. So I'm going to go with West Footscray to get home, a real small margin. I reckon it's going to be a fantastic game of football.
Being played at North Footscray, that one. Sunny Heights take on Windham Vale. You'd think Windham Vale will be too good. Yeah,
Windham Vale should have a pretty comfortable win. Important for Sunshine Heights too, got to say, Kev. Just keep working hard, keep the smartness going in your football club. Next year, it's going to be Division 3. I don't think that's a secret. But, you build from next year. Don't get undisciplined. Be smart about your football. There's a lot of kids coming through that club, a lot of kids you want to retain for the next decade. So week in, week out, give 110% effort. And you never know, could win one throughout the season, but make sure you just keep that smartness of your football club going.
Yarraville Seton Eagles will be at home to Glen Orden.
Yeah, Yarraville Seton Eagles should get a win. Glen Orden, they're just going to make a contest of each week and give themselves small blocks over the next two or three games in a row just to make sure they win one. Before the season, they should aim to win another 2 or 3 games, Glen Orden, to get salvage something out of the year.
2 sides who would have been hoping to have been in the 4 at this stage of the year, but a long way from it, Manor Lakes and Caroline Springs.
Yeah, look, a lot of pride at stake here. Caroline Springs, it's going to be a bit of a fight too for the team, the best team outside the 4 in Division 2, even though we're a long way off finals. But you'd say at the moment, these are 2 sides that are really going to struggle to win with their losses last week. I reckon Caroline Springs, I reckon their leg speed, they're good players at Caroline Springs. Pisani hopefully will come back into the side. We'll find out later on in the week if he's back in. But I reckon Caroline Springs should get the points against Manor Lakes.
Got some absolute blockbusters in Division 1. Got the grand finalists from last year. They were disappointing in round 1 this year. The game was just a fizzer, but Spotty up against Deer Park.
Good test of character for Spotswood next week. Look, Deer Park, I'll obviously tip Deer Park in this one, but really a chance we're going to see this game. I'm looking forward to seeing the improvement in Spotty since round 1. Just in the character part, obviously the ability's there, and it's only going to get better and better for Spotswood, but just in the character to fight back from what they showed in a real dismal effort in round 1 against Deer Park. Deer Park to win it, but Spotswood I reckon will come within a couple of goals.
Hoppers Crossing and St Albans. Now, there's a bit of a log jam underneath Deer Park on the ladder, and this is a chance for one of these 2 sides to really make a statement.
Geez, Hoppers won't want to drop one more 3 in a row. That really sets them back and, takes a little bit of the gloss off the young glory side. St Albans were fantastic last week against limited opposition in Port Colts, but their run, their midfield, their carry from the halfback through Quigley. They got versatile players across their half-forward line inside their forward 50 to kick goals. They had a huge spread of goal kickers last week. I reckon St Albans. It's at Hoppers, but I reckon St Albans, what I've seen last week, very impressed with them.
Now, Altona is circling that top 5 now. They've given themselves a real chance with that win against Sunshine. They take on Werribee Districts, who've hit a bit of form.
Werribee Districts definitely finals bound, there's no doubt. Werribee Districts have got a sniff now. Their spread of good players is really what's impressed me over the last couple of weeks. It's not just the 1 or 2 that we hear week in, week out. They've got players that are, on their list that have just, you'd say, number 15, 16, 17, 18, up to 21 on their list that are really starting to contribute to the side. So that's a good sign for the Werribee District side. Altona, look, I don't think they're just going to have the quality at the end to beat Werribee Districts, but they'll be the big improvements in the second half of the year, Altona. So Werribee to get home in a real small margin. Tough game of football.
I reckon Altona might get that one somehow. And the other big game is Albion versus Port Melbourne Colts. Port struggled a lot against St Albans last week. Albion yet to win a game. Can they win this one?
Where's this, over at Albion? Down at Albion? Yeah. Yeah, I think they can. I really do. Port, look, they were disappointing last week. They're really struggling over at Port on field only at Port Colts Football Club. Brad Julie's doing everything he possibly can to get the structure right. They just lack the ability at the moment to beat the sides above them. This is going to be a great game. This is like a mini finals we talk about through the two bottom sides. I just think Albion through the youth and being that home ground advantage, I think we'll get over the line. Hopefully Batuna's playing, Finca. These are guys that are match winners that all of a sudden can turn it on for Albion, and I reckon that will get them over the line by a small margin in what will be a really tough physical close game.
And we're wearing our beanies for the bird, beanies for brain cancer, beanies because it's not just a one-day thing that you do for one occasion. This is an ongoing process and an awareness campaign, and we're right behind it. We won't be wearing the beanies next week because neither of us look very good with beanies, unless, of course, we pull them down over our head like that.
Because we've got no hair underneath.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's it for our preview of Round 10. Get out and see some local footy.